Anyway, happy days. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Crypto Waffle episode 63 with our special guest, Rikki from Man.Rich Mind. And other topics of today are how to get exposure to precious metals, seeing as the crypto world or cryptoverse, whatever you want to call it, is currently dust. And then the Solana airdrop. We want to touch on those two kind of just quickly. I don't know if you know much about them, Rikki, at all. Or if you want to add to them, feel free to just jump in. Anything is better than nothing. Carl, have you claimed your Solana airdrop yet?
No, I have not claimed my Solana airdrop.
Why? What are you doing? That was the whole point of buying the phone.
I am currently watching the price of Bitcoin go down, trying my hardest not to even look at it, crying, being angry, shouting at all of my family members, generally being a misery to be around. I haven't actually looked to see my Solana airdrop. I will probably check it tomorrow, actually, because what I did was I checked it on the phone, but it wasn't on there. So I'm hoping that it goes to the actual wallet that I used to buy the phone with, which is where the other airdrops have been going to.
Really? Mine was on the wallet on the phone.
Yeah, my one's not on the wallet on the phone, definitely.
Oh.
Because I checked it. So maybe I get no airdrop. But have you actually used your Solana phone?
When you say use, in what sense? I mean, I've used the wallet.
Transactions, yeah.
Yeah, I've got some stuff on the wallet. I've used some liquidity pools on Orca.
Yeah, see, so maybe that's why.
A couple bits.
I didn't use mine at all. I set it up and I was like, I'll do it later.
Well, the good news is it covers the price of the phone pretty much.
Good.
But that's only if you liquidate. I sold 70% of my airdrop and then staked 25%.
What's the price been doing?
I don't know, but as soon as I sold, right? Yeah, as soon as I sold, within about 10, 15 minutes, it tanked 50%.
When I saw it first come out, I saw it like doubled or tripled.
Yeah, it did pump a bit, and I saw it was worth what I paid for the phone, effectively. So I thought, yeah, I'll just take this.
Yeah. Okay. So according to this, it came out at around 1 cent. And then it shot up to about 5.
Yeah, I think I got out at 4.6 or something.
Yeah, and now it's come back all the way down to 2.5.
What would you have done, Rikki, if you had the phone? So if you bought the phone, I think it was $500, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
500 USDC.
Yeah, I think I remember you dropped that in the Telegram group, didn't you?
Yeah, a while back. If you had bought the phone for 500, if you got the airdrop, I mean, when I opened mine, it was about 450. Would you take the cash, or would you? I think their staking yield was about 25% as well. If you wanted to stake it.
Yeah, long-term project in it. So yeah, I'd stake it.
The whole bag.
What, can you split it? Can you choose?
Yeah, you don't have to stake the lot. I mean, I personally staked 25% and then sold the rest, took the cash.
Maybe 50-50 split.
Fair enough. Sensible. What are you going to do, Carl, if you actually get the airdrop? Or unsure?
I'll tell you what I'm doing now. I'm looking at the market cap. It's 150 million. Assuming now we are kind of in a bear market. So when it comes back to being a bull market, things will pick up. The Seeker phone SKR token will likely be one of the ones that picks up. Can't go down much more from here. Well, it definitely can, but I would probably stake. It depends what it's worth, right? If I can sell all the tokens, I'm definitely not going to sell more than recouping the price of the phone. So there's no way I'll sell more than that. If my tokens are worth less than the phone, I'll probably just stake them. Yeah.
Fair
Wait
enough.
for the next cycle. When we go back up, then I might get rid of them. I feel like with things like this, they can go one or two ways, can't they? Either it carries on growing and it becomes something that makes its way towards the top 100, being the biggest mobile phone token that there is and the first.
Yeah.
So it's probably still worth a punt holding.
Who knows? We'll have to see if it survives a bear, which technically we're in.
So what's the thing? I'd say, Safe Pal. I'd say that's probably the closest thing that exists token for a hardware wallet, and that is at around 175 as well. But in the bull market,
I mean, I reckon it gets slapped. It's like one of those tokens that we've been looking for previous episodes, well, for months now. When any new token comes out, they just have an initial pump and get slapped.
Yeah.
So I think the same playbook is to treat it as you would any other new token. It probably gets slapped in the near to short term.
Short term goes down from here, doesn't it? And then but long term is really what we're looking at. And long term, it does still look promising. I think it's still promising long term. Doesn't have any competition yet.
Yeah. Right. Let's go into metals quickly.
Well, before we do,
go on.
It's quite rude. Do you want to introduce our guest and let him
tell
us a little bit about him?
Apologies. I was just as excited to get Ricky's thoughts on metals first. I know he loves metals. He's like Peter Schiff.
He's my idol.
Rikki, do you prefer metals over crypto? Well, actually, let's get into that after. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you've managed to cross paths with us on Crypto Waffle.
So pretty much like a lot of people, I was in a job I didn't like, and I thought, how can I kind of bring my retirement closer, a realistic way? And basically, I used to work on the buses. I'd done an apprenticeship on the buses, and luckily there was one of the laziest workers there possible. They tried to keep me away from him for as long as possible, but eventually we
luckily as well.
I got chatting to him. Massive property kind of like entrepreneur, to the point where not massive, but his outcome was beating his income from the properties was beating his salary basically. So to him, his salary was play money. Didn't care if he lost his job or whatever. So literally got chatting to him, said like, if you was me and to start again my age, what would you do? Obviously he's in property already, so he was quite biased. Gave me the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Now I wasn't a big reader, never have been. I took this book on holiday and I literally could not put it down. So I come back, said, look, read that book. Can I literally take you down the pub for a few hours and just pick your brain? Like, can you teach me everything you know about money? So I started with like literally currency itself. He was like, tell me what you know about money. I was like, what buys things, blah, 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 save it up. And he just said, mate, this is like a load of rubbish. It ain't worth the money it's printed on. Told me the history of money, where it come from, started from gold, bartering, the gold standard, losing it, like tying it to it. And I said, like, how did you get into property? He basically raised capital for the first property, done a flip. I think he made 60 grand at the time. And it just blew my mind. And I was like, right, this is what I want to get into, property. So I started doing a bit of research, ended up spending about 4 grand on a course. And they do upsell you. They do make it this dream that you could have 100 properties by this age. You don't need money to start. The actual fact of the matter is you do need a bit of capital. And if you ain't got capital, you do need to be very savvy, very good at communicating and convincing people to lend you money. So the best way I got into it was property sourcing. So just need about probably 2 grand to start, set up a limited company, put yourself out there, made a few flyers. And I think over a year I sourced 2 properties, which that ain't like, it's good, it's an achievement, but it weren't enough to sustain a real-time job in property or make it something that the hassle was not worth the money in my eyes. And I'm quite a shy person, so I didn't go to a lot of networking events, and that's on me. But yeah, I kind of like drifted away from property, and I thought, right, what else can there be? So started looking into stocks and shares. Started going down that route of the ISAs. I made another big blunder in that. I invested into a company called HEMC, and that was basically a vaping company at the time. And they found out another vaping company. I think it was Philip Morris or something. They've basically stole their combustion patent. So there was a massive hype around this, that this little firm has taken a big firm to court. It's guaranteed. They've got the best lawyer in New York.
Is this like in the time of the meme stocks? 21 sorts
I
of
think it
time,
was
or
a
was
bit
it
before.
earlier than
I'd
that?
say it's a bit before that, mate. I think about
Right, okay.
2019. Was it? Yeah, mate, it could be. It was definitely around that. It was about 5, 6 years ago.
Okay. So it's
So
probably around that meme stock craze.
yeah, what we like GME, like GameStop and all that
Yeah,
lot.
GME,
Yeah.
yeah, GameStop, all that sort of stuff.
So I kind of like, that was my first biggest gamble into stocks, really. It was a stupid one in hindsight, but I put £1,000 in. It was starting to fly up. Everyone was talking about it. Put another couple of grand in. I was probably sitting at about 6 grand from putting £3,000 in. So as I'm doing, Dad, I found the next stock. I'm working out all the numbers. If this hits £1, and I'm like, we're going to be millionaires. So my dad's like, right.
Yeah.
My dad's like, right, here's £1,000. Like, tell me how many shares I've got, kind of thing. Keep an eye on it. Pull it out when you're selling. Like, he didn't have a clue about it. He's told my uncle. My uncle's giving me £1,000. So now I'm on this like every day looking at it, like the court case is coming up with this is it, it's going to blow up. And then, yeah, went to court and got chucked out. And literally, made the stock plummeted. And then there was a bit of
Wow.
manipulation with the directors. It was like barcoding a lot. So selling, buying, selling, buying. Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
So I think I'm 97% down on that stock.
You still got it?
Do you know what? I sold it just recently because I thought I could use it as a tax loss. But there was, I don't know, I had a thing of like, I'm not going to let this define me, or I'm not going to let this be the. And I thought I'll keep it as just like a memory of like, yeah,
A
this is
reminder.
it's your biggest lesson, and yeah, not to
Yeah.
do it again. But yeah, mate. So
I
then
bet
that
you probably end
happened.
up collecting. You probably end up collecting those sorts of mementos along the
Yeah.
way.
As you go.
So yeah, that happened with the stocks, and I thought, right, I'm not letting this happen again. And then I started to hear a bit about crypto. The same guy that introduced me to property, he brought a Bitcoin. I think he put in 27 grand or something. He had a few Bitcoins at the time. I think one Bitcoin was like 4 grand maybe. So he had that, and I think he
So
caught it at the
probably
top.
2020.
Yeah, he caught it at the top of a bull market, and it shot straight back down. He lost, well, he was down like half of his money, and he said, "Mate, whatever you do, stay away from this game." He goes, "Stick to property. You get your capital appreciation and your cash flow every month." But I thought I'm gonna have a look into it, and yeah, just started dabbling into crypto. Met a few people along the way that was into it, and yeah, mate, I'm here now. So I've done a bit of
I
crypto,
tell you what.
property, and stocks.
I tell you what. I did find interesting there was that the first thing that you said was that you had to learn what money actually is, and
Yeah,
most people are under the impression that money is just like these little coins and like you
Yeah.
use them to
Just used to buy stuff.
go
yeah.
and buy stuff. For you, how was the feeling once you had figured out what money is? Did it feel liberating to you, or did it feel annoying to you? Like, did it make you feel happy, or were you angry that you'd been duped over the years to
So back then, because
transform it?
I was quite young back then. I think I was like 21 when I first got into this, or 22. Really starting to learn, pick this guy's brains. I didn't feel annoyed because I didn't really. The government haven't didn't damage me as much back then because I was young. I was naive. I didn't really know like how much they're taking me from the taxes, all this control. So that I wasn't too angry. I see it as a thing of like I'm looking behind the curtain of what the rich people are doing now. I'm getting all the knowledge that they're getting. So I was like, cool, like sign me up. I want to be on this side of the fence all day long. And
Yeah.
yeah, that just sparked a little like fire in my belly.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
I
Okay,
think
so tell
once
us
you,
about crypto versus precious metals. If it even is a versus, often we like to pit the two things against each other. I'm sure you've heard of
Yeah,
Peter Schiff, who is
yes, a hundred
the king of
percent.
the metals.
he is
Um,
having the biggest like
he's
victory lap
he's having
ever
the time of
at
his
the
life
minute.
right
Like
now.
he's probably shitting on a gold toilet right now. Like we're not even joking anymore. He's probably just ordered himself a gold toilet and we'll post it on an X any
Yeah,
day now.
yeah.
And then we know the top is in.
Yeah,
Do you think though, Ricky? Do you think it is precious metals versus Bitcoin, or do you think there's a world where the two things can coexist?
uh, yeah. I think they can coexist. I think it's a preference. Me personally, I think your metals is your safe storage. I don't think it beats inflation, but I think it hedges against it. Um, but yeah, crypto's in a league of its own, and I don't know if it's just because it's an early new asset, or is it just going to keep blowing up like it is, and just having this
Yeah, I
cycles.
think like you say, Ricky, it's two different. Like if we probably look towards like our parents' ages, because I know me and you are quite a similar age, they are probably massive gold bugs,
Yeah,
effectively, compared to where we're like dad, like gold's really high at the minute. Maybe you should take some profits and rotate it into
yeah, yeah,
Bitcoin. And he's like, no, why would I do that? Like that's just idiotic. And then you look at a gold Bitcoin chart, and gold has underperformed Bitcoin since it come out.
yeah,
So you're like, come on, like even just a little bit of that, like 1% of your gold portfolio, just look to rotate. But they're so kind of like tunnel vision, one thing.
It's interesting because I probably am your parents' age, but
Yeah, but
I'm a tech guy, so that's the only reason why
that's
I
why I
would see
think
it
you
that
have a
way.
much different view on it.
yeah.
Do you think that when us lot of the older generation, the old folk, do you think once we exit the game, touch wood, it's not no time soon, but do you think once we exit the game, then crypto gets the chance to be what the precious metals are and be seen as a safe haven for the majority and not just young people?
I mean, I think the simple way to look at it, and this is just like from a really simplistic point of view, is, and Raoul Powell says this all the time, right? So I'm just going to be repeating his kind of book here, but is the next 5, 10, 15 years going to be more digital than today? Yes.
Yes.
Right. So in a digital age, you will likely have more people buying digital stuff. With regards to using cash and that nowadays, hardly anyone uses it.
Yeah.
So they will phase that out, and then you will have people maybe transacting digitally, whether that be a digital pound or whatever it is. You will likely have people dealing in digital currencies, and obviously they're classed as Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Monero, whatever you want to, whichever one you want to call a currency.
So we
Yeah,
see Bitcoin is the digital gold, and thus
Yeah,
it is the gold
agreed.
future.
Yeah,
100%. Well, you kind of look at like if you look at me and Alex now, I've got a kid. I'm sure Alex is going to have a kid. Are you going to
another
teach
couple
him
of
to?
years yet, mate.
Are
Give,
you
give
going
it
to
5
teach
or
him?
6.
Oh,
Are you going to teach him to buy gold over crypto, or are you going to push crypto?
No, he'd have a heavier weighted to crypto, but
Yeah,
part of his portfolio should be in gold and silver. I have a small portion of my portfolio in gold and silver, but that is literally of the worst case of the worst case is that I can't access any bank accounts or any form of digital currency to spend anywhere, and I have to trade a tenth of an ounce of a silver coin or a tenth of an ounce of a gold coin for a cow. Like,
Interestingly enough, I think what also happens is sometimes we we underestimate our children, and they end up teaching us what they're going to have. And I think if when our children get to 18, 19, 20, I think they're going to be like, right, Dad, come and invest in this. I don't think it will be a physical item. I think there's
yeah,
much more chance it will be a digital item because they are
100%.
digitally native, aren't they? So
yeah,
I think it is a good point. I don't know when you're going to have these kids, Alex. By the way,
yeah. As I just said, 5-6 years time. Like you got to give it some time at the minute. Now is not the time with crypto like this. It will most likely happen in a bull market, no bear markets.
Yes, yeah. You've got to try and time it so that he or she is born in a bull market.
Exactly.
9
They need to
months
be
before the
born
Bitcoin
into.
halving.
There you go.
Yeah.
Put it in your calendar now.
Yeah, I mean, because we could. This kind of goes into what's going on now at the minute. Like, with crypto being so stagnant, like as I'm sure everyone's pretty bored of price action recently. Like we saw another sell-off kind of over the weekend, or last week, where we come down from like 94 back down to 86, currently sitting at about 88 again. Whereas you look at silver today, and gold has broken the $5,000 mark. Like that's crazy. Currently sitting at 5,086. Silver's broken the $100 mark, sitting at $115, up 11.5% today. Copper's up today. Nat gas is up today. Platinum has broken or is nearing the $3,000 mark. Palladium's broken the $2,000 mark.
Okay, so shall we address why? Do you think the world is front running this massive up and to the right chart of US debt that we know they're going to have to print more money than ever?
So I was having this discussion with my dad at the weekend because I've been banging the drum about him trying to get rid of some current holdings, like I've been doing personally myself. Now, according to the gold silver chart, and I'll share this here. Where are we? Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, so we'll stick this on a 3-month. So this is a gold silver chart. Now, for the majority, or since 1983, around about there till today, the gold and silver ratio, which is this chart here, has been bouncing between 40 to call it 100. Now, what is this? So this is basically when silver gets to this upper green band, for every ounce of gold, you can get 100 ounces of silver up here. And then when it's down here, for every ounce of gold, you can only get 44 ounces of silver. Now, back when we had this spike here in April, this one here, in around January, April 25, I publicly on Crypto Waffle and my Telegram groups swapped all my gold for silver. So for the amount of ounces I had, I got 100, I think it was about 102 ounces of silver per ounce of gold that I had. Now, I said at the time that when this silver to gold ratio gets back to around 60 and between this 40 area, I will look to ladder out of out of silver and back into gold. Why? Because until proven otherwise, this ratio would likely do what it's been doing since 1983, just bouncing. Now, the trade here is buy gold here, buy silver here. So trade your gold for silver at the green, and then trade your silver for gold at the yellow. And that is literally it. And that way you can increase your silver and gold holdings without using no extra money for nothing. Literally a case of you looking at this chart every now and then, and you can see it sometimes takes a while. Like this move here is probably the quickest move in history that this has moved this far down this quickly. Like there's never been this is a 9-month period, effectively what we're in at the minute.
It looks like the other one looks like, what's that, back at 1976?
Where are you looking here?
No, further back.
Yeah.
That's the only other one, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty fast, but it's no way near as percentage steep.
Was that when they came off the gold standard?
71, I think.
1976.
71.
Possibly. But then I think, like you said, Carl, what we're seeing at the minute is a front running of that, but it's also, I think, central banks, institutions, pension funds, big money managers, like they're not stupid. They know the dollar is a shitcoin. Like they know this. That's their playbook. So what we're seeing is a revaluation of gold to silver. And as you mentioned correctly earlier, Rikki, is that gold over time, over a longer enough period of time, doesn't actually make you money. It holds value. It does its job, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure at the moment there will be a lot of people going, "Well, you're some sort of idiot. I bought it at 1800. It's currently at $5,000.
Yeah, of
I'm up
course.
nearly 2x." Yeah, of course you are in the short term, but if you don't sell and we then have a 40% correction, whatever it is, with inflation rates and whatever that come on in the years ahead of us, at that moment in time, you will likely be the same purchasing power you had back then, which is fine in gold terms because it's done its job, it's held value. And then the other thing to bear in mind is obviously this, going back to this gold and silver chart, is this chart is up and to the right. Gold over time since 1967 has actually gained purchasing power over silver. So your better hold, according to this chart, and it's the best way to visually put it, is to hold gold. Obviously, if this chart was to break down below the 40 level, silver is still your best play to hold this. But until technically proven otherwise, I'm personally trading this chart as it is.
And interestingly, that is a lifetime because that chart starts way before I was here. In fact, that chart starts when my dad was born.
And like
So-
we can visually compare all of these. So this is the Bitcoin gold chart. And again, this is since Bitcoin's been around. Well, this is around Jan 15. But since Bitcoin's inception, it has been up and to the right. And I know it may sound stupid at the minute, but Bitcoin versus gold on this chart is banging to an area of support at the moment. And by all means, this could go lower. I'm not saying this can't go lower than where it is now.
What does that mean, Alex? Are we expecting Bitcoin to outperform gold if that rebounds?
If we have some sort of bounce, yes. But if we only get as high as, say, there, so if Bitcoin is to bounce from here to here again, technically that would be classed as a bearish retest. You'd be looking for that to roll over again if gold is to continue. And it doesn't matter if it's up in price or in down, because if gold continues to fly up and Bitcoin doesn't go anywhere, this chart will continue to fall as Bitcoin's doing nothing and gold's gaining in value. But then again, if both USD valuations can fall, it's just that because Bitcoin's a riskier asset, Bitcoin will likely fall down bigger percentage wise. Gold will be less percentage wise. So again, this chart can still rise in that matter. Sorry, fall in this matter when gold outperforms. So we're on like key support here. You can also see this diagonal trend line. If this breaks, you're probably looking for a retest around this 255 area, give or take.
Do either of you guys see precious metals slowing down in price anytime soon? Anytime this year?
After you, Rikki, you go first.
This year, did you say?
Yeah, price-wise, do you think that gold and silver, do you think they will continue to break all-time highs this year, or do you think there'll be a correction and they'll come back to reality?
With metals, I'm not too sure. That's not really my bag. I've never invested in metals. Personally, I never would, due to all these conversations here that over the longer period, it doesn't really go anywhere. It just hedges against, it's just a little bit above inflation. Bitcoin, yeah, I think we see all-time highs this year. I'd like to hope. That is me wishful thinking at the same time as well. But at the moment, yeah, metals is having this time, I guess.
Yeah, as Benjamin Cohen says, momentum is one hell of a drug.
Yeah.
At the moment, momentum has been crazy, and we are in these parabolic moves. But again, just to remind people, if I share screens, it's all well and good whilst we're in the parabolic move. as I'm sure everybody's loving at the moment. So this is the silver chart on a monthly. Can I just remind everybody that from the high in 1980 of around, call it $48, it then took 31 years to get back there.
Yeah,
so
that's
if you
crazy.
bought here, you sat around for 31 years of your life. So if you bought at 20 years old, it wasn't until you were 51 that you were then able to sell that for the same price. You didn't even make any money at the time. Obviously, you could have been the perfect investor and nailed these lows of $3-4, and in that case, you've made a hell of a lot of money.
Longer than your entire lifespan.
Pretty much. So we're in these parabols. We're in one of these parabolic moves. We will have a correction at some point. We will likely. I mean, one thing to bear in take here is that these periods. Oh, I'll get rid of that. These periods that we've looked at here. So we dragged this from high to high. It was approximately 11,382 days. The last one was shorter than that. That's the good news. The last one was 5,000. So it's by half. So maybe when we top, let's say we top.
Is that 15 years?
This one here was 2011, and we're currently 2025. Yeah, give or take. So the next one, if we halve that again, you could be looking around 2,500. So 2032-ish.
I'll be dead by then, mate.
Give or take. No, you won't. 2032. Oh, what's happening to you?
Stress.
By then.
Yeah.
And that I think that is the problem with precious metals is for those of us who now live in a fast food society, we want our gains quickly. And 31 years, 15 years, 7.5.
And this is gold as well. So gold was even longer. Gold peaked out at 1980 at, give or take, call it $890. We actually didn't get past that period till 2008. So that was 28 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy.
Yeah, a long play, innit?
Yeah. But then again, there are, and like moments in time now, which is why we're discussing precious metals, there are moments in time to be a part of it now. And I'm going to openly admit here for everybody, I haven't put this out to Waffle VIPs and whatnot yet, but I am in a copper trade. Why, I hear you all ask. Right, time to share charts again. So we know the business cycle dominoes. Let's go back. We usually look at something called the ISM. This is the business cycle. And we can see it has these periods of expansion and then periods of recession, expansion, downturn. At the moment, we're experiencing the longest period of chop ever.
What is that?
Yeah, just a slow rise, which is good. But obviously, it's testing everybody's patience. And if you overlay the copper price on this, sorry, not the copper price. Let me get rid of that. We want to overlay the copper gold ratio. You will see that they kind of line up. Copper gold ratio being in blue here, i.e. ISM expands, copper bottoms against gold, starts accelerating, business cycle down, has a downturn, so does the price of copper to gold. So if we then go look at the copper gold ratio on its own, this is telling us now that over a period of time, there's no point in holding copper. Like, you're losing value to gold. As you can see here, there is a clear downtrend. But within this downtrend, you have periods of time where copper outperforms gold, as seen here. I believe that one of them is nearing us. How high do we go? I don't know. But I've been watching this chart for a while now. We've got a bullish divergence on the weekly in copper We have had it for a while, as you can see here. Bullish divergence is where we have the RSI making higher highs and price action making lower lows. So this is the reason why. And again, I would personally sell a bit of copper, sell a bit of gold to do this. But what I've basically done is just sell a bit of silver, use that money, and I've stuck it a copper trade on using Hyperliquid, because Hyperliquid, I don't know if you've seen, but they've had a tick up of about 720 million in revenues since adding commodities.
Really?
Yep, massive. So we keep banging the drum about Hyperliquid, and I think their next big thing after commodities is FX. And it would not surprise me if you do see some sort of decouple from the whole crypto market of Hyperliquid just performing because the amount of revenue it's getting for all this
normally,
stuff.
when we do go into bear markets, the exchanges do well because even though everyone's losing money, they're paying the exchanges whilst they do it. This last week, yep, Hyperliquid is one of the best performing.
I mean, it's been slapped since the top. Like, I'm not going to say it hasn't been slapped.
No,
but
last 24 hours, it's done all right. Last 7 days, not so good.
But I do think that, like, even now, there's as much as you could say, and as we've mentioned here, like, and Rikki said he's not sure when the top is. Like, I personally think we'll see a top in back end of Q1, potentially Q2 for metals. I think then, like, that's when Bitcoin has its next leg down. I hate to say it because I don't, even though we may see a rotation trade, technically Bitcoin's in a bear market, and then until those technicals break, like, you just have to go with it. But we've all been here before. We know what to do in a bear market. If you've got a job and you've got income, you buy high quality assets and you just wait. Exactly. So we know the game. It's just distracting yourself in the meantime, and I'm doing that by playing the precious metal verse.
So I've got a question for either of you. Right now, stocks are at all-time highs. Precious metals are at all-time highs. Effectively, what we're saying is that the dollar is at all-time lows. Why is crypto not at all-time highs? Why are we not in a bull market now?
Do you want to go first, Rikki?
Well, I don't really have the answer. That's why I'm talking to you guys. You guys are my crypto guys. Yeah, I don't know why. I think people are still scared of it. I don't like.
So I think it's not that. I think it's a lack of liquidity. So we know that crypto is the most sensitive liquidity asset out there. Okay, and we know at the moment the US or the Fed is effectively printing, was it 40 billion a month from their December FOMC?
Bucks.
Yeah, in treasury, not buybacks, or was it reverse repo management, whatever it was that they.
It's not quantitative easing.
Yeah, but it's not QE. It's not QE, guys. We're not printing money, but it's just yeah, it was reserve management purchases.
Yes,
I think this was the term they used, right? And they're doing 40 billion a month. Now, the big spenders at the moment, and you can see this, and this is where macro comes in. So this isn't just looking at crypto. This is where you can then look at macro. So what has Trump done since he's come in? He has basically told the EU they need to pick up their act with regards to getting their armies intact, stop relying on US. So what's Europe now doing? Spending over, 1.5 trillion, I think, between them on their defense or armies. So they're ramping up spending. We've got everybody at the moment now wanting precious metals for building out those inventories. So what's everybody doing with their money? Going into precious metals. You've got China that have kind of got a chokehold on the precious metal supplies because the US and whatever have let them over the last decade or two. So they've only just caught up to this. What we're seeing, and crypto ran the early liquidity, this bull market, is all of that new liquidity. The EU doesn't like crypto as it is. So why are they going to be putting their stuff into crypto? Like, they're just not. The only one that you might at the minute get some liquidity coming to crypto is China, or maybe like Venezuela, South American, smaller countries. But then again, they're not big enough to make an impact. Like if it was the US, China, maybe Japan, and the US printing, then yes, some of those bigger ones are more. Their liquidity would hit markets a hell of a lot quicker, and it do its thing. But we haven't seen that yet. So even though the Fed is QEing, it's just not enough to tick the price up, which is why I hate to say it, but I do think when metals put their top in, we will have some sort of downturn. But by that downturn is over, we've likely seen the worst of the bear market, which is the good news. Because, I mean, technically, and again, technically is the best way to be correct, Bitcoin has been in a bear market since
October?
Yeah, September, October 25. So we've already been in it for 4 and a bit months.
Feels like 4 and a bit years.
And bear markets usually on average, I think it's between 6 to 9 months they take to bottom.
Yeah.
So that's what I think the good news is.
They seem to be getting shorter.
Yeah.
The bull market seems to be getting longer.
So I think it's asset selection in these times. It's like, are you willing to sit through holding your bags and DCA those bags to come back? If not, then you sit in cash, do nothing. I mean, I personally am DCA all my bags, haven't adjusted anything. I got rid of some of the riskier stuff like Bob and stuff that's like 4 million market cap, because that stuff
Really
just gets slapped.
That's really the stuff you want to have when the bull market restarts.
It is, but if we're 6 to 9 months away, it is what it is.
We can look at it later. Yeah. So when we hit mass depression, when everybody's saying Bitcoin is dead and I've got my CV printed and I'm ready to go back to work and all that kind of stuff, at that point, what assets do you pick up, or do you look at it at the time? Are there any assets you're considering now?
For me personally, so I always do stocks and shares ISA every month, and I see that as kind of my safety net. I'd say I'm 90% in on crypto because I'd rather take a chance on life and give it a good go than just half-heart it. Do you know what I mean? I think too many people sit on the fence and then they're biased towards it, they're bitter towards it. They'll try to find any scam they can to say crypto isn't like good or whatever. So that's how I do it. So stocks is like a safety net ISA. Crypto is my all in. But this year I am looking to hopefully get into property. I've literally just been in touch with my mortgage advisor, and I'm trying to release as much equity from my house as possible.
Can you explain what that means, Ricky? Releasing equity from a house, just for some people that might not know.
Okay, so this is like my biggest bugbear about like the gurus on Diary of a CEO that says don't buy a house, rent. Because over the short term, yeah, it makes sense. And these gurus, they say that they rent because they're multimillionaires, and it makes sense for them to rent because why are you going to put £3 million into a mansion when you can have that out there working for you in whatever asset you want to go into, and you can pay, I don't know, 10 grand a month rent. Yeah, so that makes sense for them. But when they're talking to the average Joe and saying rent, because that's what we do, you're on different playing fields. There's a reason you're renting. And you're pushing that narrative to sound more relatable to get people to come and join your courses or listen to you and buy your books. So yeah, sorry for that little digression there. But for me, the sole purpose I brought a house is to release equity as often and as much as I can. So we bought our property for 350 4 years ago. Didn't do much to it. I didn't buy it to flip it or get equity in it from a revaluation. Just sat on it. It's currently sat at 400. The mortgage I have on it is 300,000, so I've got 100 grand equity. Now you can't take all that out because you need your 10% in. You need your wage to match. They stress test your wage. So speaking to my mortgage advisor the other day, I can pull out now 35 grand I think at 4.5%, which is £170 a month for the remaining of my term. So some people would look at that and go, that's stupid, go mortgage free, cancel out the stress.
Yeah.
But my way of thinking is, how long does it take me to save 35 grand to get out there working for me now? And it's going to take me forever. Let's say I can invest 5 grand a month. That's 7 years straight away. By then, we probably will see another bull market in crypto. You'll see your stocks and shares pump up, property go up. So for me, £170 isn't a great deal when I can turn that into much more. Even if I put that in a basic stocks and shares ETF and get 10% a year, that's 3.5 grand a year from my 35. That means I'm paying off the loan and I've got some extra, and that's a safe bet in my eyes. So yeah, I don't know if that's explained it well enough, but I will do that time and time again. Every time equity gets put into my house, I'll be pulling it straight back out.
On a personal note, I do need to have a conversation with you about properties though, because I'm at the moment potentially looking to buy, although my investor head is screaming at me to say no.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'll quote gurus who's like, "Don't ever buy a house. Don't ever buy a
Really?
house." And the reason why I think is not, from my point of view, it's not to be relatable, because I think I'm quite relatable anyway. I think it's more because of the same logic that you've just explained, which is, if I have the money in my hands, the money can earn me enough to pay the rent. And
Yeah.
as long as that's the case, there is no point to ever buy a house. Like, even when you're starting, like when I was younger, I did buy a house because I bought into the narrative. But it was it was only because at the time I didn't know all of the other things I could have invested in. Plus,
Yeah.
Bitcoin didn't exist at that point. Now, if I'd have, instead of buying that house, just bought Bitcoin or gold or silver or Apple or Google or Tesla, or I don't know, some stuff probably gone to zero. Even if I bought Lloyd's or Barclays, if I'd have bought any of that stuff, I would more than likely be up at least similar amounts to what I would be up by in equity in my house.
Yeah.
The other issue I've got with owning a property is that they're so illiquid and it's so hard for you to get your equity back.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about crypto. Like, now I can have Bitcoin. I can now, luckily, because of hyperliquid, I can now buy gold, or I can buy silver, or I can buy Trump coin, or I can buy this, or I can buy that. But I get access to it immediately anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I can also leave the country. And I think that those things really tie people down. So at the moment, like, not just in England, in America, we've got all these people complaining, oh, the country's going to hell, blah, blah, blah. All right, we'll leave. But people can't leave. Like, they would like to say, oh, yeah, this country's rubbish. As soon as I can, I'm going to go and live in Spain. But you can't, because you've got a mortgage. So before you go anywhere, you have to sell your house. Government are going to come along and tell you, right, you've got to give us 20% for a start, regardless of what you've made or not made, this, that, and the other. Even if you die, the government are going to come and take a third now of the value of your house. They're going to tell you you can't even give that to your kids. You've got to come and run it by them first. So for those reasons, I feel like property kind of, it traps you, and there's a lot of opportunity costs that people don't really consider. The fact that it's going to take, it takes 3 to 6 months. Like, you've got the idea, you want to get released to equity in your house. It's going to take 3 to 6 months. It's not like
Yeah.
you want to release equity in your Bitcoin. Okay, well, let me just go and get my hardware wallet and plug it in. Job
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
And for me, those things are real issues, especially if we have situations like we do now, which are kind of time sensitive. You might decide you want to buy a load of silver today. You can't.
Idiotic move.
But you can't, right? You can't buy it because it's going to take you 6 months. By the time you buy
Yeah.
it, silver price would have gone and done what it's going to do. So
You watch. Now I've said that's idiotic. Next week it'll be at like 200.
well, you've
Right.
been calling for a pullback in silver since it was at 70, and we just haven't seen one. It's just been rallying on and on and on, which makes sense because they're printing money. But I think that those are the two sides of the coin. I also think that owning your own house does give you much more of a sense of security. Like, this concept that some guy can just kick you out of your house is not, it doesn't feel that great. But having enough money to just go and rent somewhere else kind of gives
Yeah.
you a lot more freedom. And the world, I think the world is shrinking, so we have to start thinking with an international mindset. At the
Yeah.
moment, the UK and the US, they're not performing as well as
I tell you
certain
what, though,
countries.
as much as we slate the UK at the moment, where's the FTSE 100? Do you know what the FTSE 100 was up in 2025?
You
Yeah,
made
but
some good points
that
there,
doesn't.
though. You made some good points there, Cryptosi.
Thank you, sir.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the FTSE being up, it doesn't change the price of bread, which is the
Oh
problem.
no, obviously not. I'm just saying, like from a debasement point of view, the FTSE from 2025 to the start of 26, where are we? Was up 24% more than I think the S&P was, if I'm correct. Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Where's S&P? And the S&P was only up 15%. So what we're also seeing, and I believe it's also if you look at Spanish stock market, Brazilian, Argentina, Germany, we're seeing not third world countries, it's the wrong term.
Don't you dare call England
What's
a
the
third world
word?
country.
What's the word I'm looking for here?
Emerging economies.
That's it. No, we're not emerging economies because we're not emerging, are we? But it's literally, it's right on the edge of my tongue, but I can't say it. Anyway,
it feels like kind of like the rest of the world, like everybody else is kind
yes,
of.
and I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier, where everybody's spending again. It's the first time in a while where it's not just the US or China or Europe, everybody globally.
Yeah.
And you're seeing this reflected in their local stock markets.
Well, I watched a thing recently, a chat by a guy called Cory Doctorow. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he's this guy who I've followed since I got into crypto. He's not that old. I think he's about my age, right? But he's one of these like freedom of technology type people. So he wants your phone to be free and open source and you be able to do what you want. Doesn't want Apple to be able to close off your machine and this, that, and the other. And I've lost my trail of thought now.
You've been watching him for a while.
Damn it.
Did he say something good on his video?
He did say something really good, and I've forgotten what it was. What were we just talking about? Why has it gone from my mind?
Rest of the world picking up, reflecting their local stock markets.
Right, that's it. So what he said was, and he's obviously one of these liberal left-wing techie guys, right? And what he was saying was that at the moment, he's really happy with what's happening in the world because what it's done is it's exposed to everybody how reliant they have become on America, which is similar to the defense argument. So now I think there probably will be a real effort for people to move their money away from these sorts of hostile regimes for fear of things like sanctions, having their money frozen. The Americans recently robbed the Venezuelans. And I think that might have something to do with why European stocks are beginning to soar. I think now the Europeans are starting to think like, listen, we can't solely rely on these guys to give us armies or technology, etc., etc. Putin the other day had a speech where he came out and said that he wants to join Trump's board of peace. First things they can do is take the $1 billion that they stole from Russia and put that towards rebuilding Palestine or something like that. And he said it with a clean, straight face. But he's obviously like mucking about and joking. Yeah, but he's obviously mucking about and joking. But I think that the overall sentiment, I think, which I'm surprised it's not moving into crypto, but maybe crypto is starting to be seen as an American thing, is that people are trying to get sovereignty in their value. Like, especially where they are large institutions and where they are nation states. I think that trust in the American system is starting to really be eroded. And hopefully at some point that starts to play into the value of Bitcoin, but currently it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
We should have to see.
Right, let's get into our trade. So, Rikki, I know you're not much of a trader, but we are going to ask you to put on a trade for us.
What's this, poly
Honestly,
market?
don't
Or
worry. We'll do both.
I get a
First of
share
all,
of
we're
the
doing our
winnings?
predictions. Of course, mate. We can send you a couple cents.
You also might get charged. You also
Yeah.
might get billed for the loss.
I was worried about that part.
Yeah, right. We'll just cover last week's predictions. Where were we Monday?
Look at that rollover.
Yeah, not nice at all. Hanging on for dear life, both incorrect. Both incorrect on ETH, both out on Dash. Asta, I believe, depending on what time we put it on, I would like to give it to you.
I haven't even got
Monday,
press downstairs.
8 o'clock there. Yeah, okay, I'll give that to you. You were a couple cents off.
Come on. And I only put that in as a banker, like that was just a little edge again.
And then oil, we weren't far off, there's Monday.
So we should be.
We're not far off.
That was our trade.
We did have an oil trade on.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, Rikki. So with Hyperliquid, you can now put we're up on our oil trade, but
what do you mean?
Down on pretty much everything else.
Oh well.
You can buy barrels of oil on. So we bought 1.4 barrels of oil. Last week, and the value has.
Unfortunately, we can't redeem them in real life, so they won't ship them to us.
Can't use it to fill up the motor outside. No,
no, unfortunately not. Assets this week. Which ones would you like to look at, Rikki? Which asset do you want to have a look at?
What out of that choice? On where are we looking?
No, you choose any crypto you want, mate.
What's your favorite altcoin?
Oh, Tau.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to add to it then. What's your favorite altcoin and why?
Tau is. I just believe in it. I like the idea of it, that it can bring a lot of the intelligent people in tech with the AI situation, and you get. I think it's a fair market in terms of you get rewarded depending how good your AI is. So the good ones get rewarded, the bad ones obviously don't get rewarded.
It's kind of like a free market effect, isn't it?
Yeah, the caveat to that is, does the big seven just come in though and just take all the good ones, or take their ideas and just make them better? But yeah, that is my biggest bag. That's my biggest holding. So
I do think that's one of the best ways to play AI in crypto. Tau.
Tau's grown on me since I actually went and looked into it. At first, I was like,
but Tau's not risky enough for you, Crypto C. You like the Tau subnets.
Yes, I do.
You won't hold the actual token itself. You're like, oh, what's that? That's too big on 500k market cap.
Yeah, come on, let's. You know what? Even you saying that is like, I'm like, get all like
getting a little bit jiggy.
I get a bit excited. Anything under 1 million market cap, and I'm like, come on, let's go.
Right.
The Tau subnets are really good, but they've just got that fatal flaw where the miners are kind of working against the value of the subnet. I think that's something that they need to. Well, I don't think they can address it. That's the problem. That's the caveat with Tau, I think, for me.
Explain that.
Sorry.
Well, what does that mean?
Go on. What? Yeah, in layman's terms.
So the subnets are secured by miners, and the miners make money by dumping the token. So it's a bit like a proof of work.
Yeah.
Scenario where there's not really need for a proof of work scenario, and it essentially it means sometimes that the better the network is, the more sell pressure actually comes to it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people end up promising tokens only for the price to go up for the miners to then dump the price on top of the new buyers' heads, and there's consistent downwards pressure.
That's a good point.
So that's the thing that stopped me from buying like 4 or 5 different subnets. Because what ends up happening is that they only really go up when Tau goes up.
A lot of the subnets have been performing though, even though Tau's been stagnant, by the way. I don't know if you've been looking at the charts for them at all, but they have been doing pretty well.
I feel like they was really badly oversold, and I was starting to think that. I was like, these things have really been oversold. Like there was one called Shoots, which I really like, which is at $20 now. And yeah, it's done nothing but go down. So it come out at 80, went down to 70. I guess I would have seen it at around 40. Yeah, November, around 40, and it's down at 20. And this Shoots is like I guess it's like an open route. Oh, it's all AI speak, but it's like it allows you to go and test loads of different or use loads of different AI models. And then when you've got agents that are working on Tau and they need AI models, they're all going to go to Shoots. So Shoots is kind of like the one-stop shop for all of these models. Now, there's no way this bloody thing should be going down. Because usage is going up. Like the amount of compute, the amount of tokens going through.
Do you reckon it just needs a while for the network effect to take place, though?
I think it's the tokenomics. I think the tokenomics are just broken. Like it works against the price. The better the project, the worse the price. But
yeah,
I don't know.
We'll have to see. What other projects, what other tokens you want to look at, Carl, or commodity?
All right. So if you done Tau, let me do. I want to do.
What's been catching your mind share this week?
ARC. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that one. That was doing well last time I looked. I hate to say it because I sold mine at the bottom. I capitulated.
Yeah.
But obviously I did it on purpose because I wanted the tax harvest, you know?
Yeah, so ARC, last 7 days it's done terrible. So we're down 20%. Should we do ARC?
Yeah, I can't find a good chart though at the minute.
If we've got Tau, all right, should I pick one that's a little bit more? I want to do an AI one as well. I'm not doing AI 16Z because that's changed it.
Why can't I find... We can do ARC, I just have to look at the deck screener one instead.
Unless you want to do Pippin.
Is ARC on hype though?
Let's do Pippin. Pippin's done much better.
What's the ticker? PIPN?
PIPPIN.
PIPPIN. Pippin, what is this? The only thing I know of Pippin is, I don't know if everyone remembers it, maybe you, Rikki, but Come Fly With Me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Pippin the dog.
In the old
That's why. That's it. That's what I remember.
Pippin is another one like an AI 16Z and ARC.
Okay. Is this the best chart? How long has it been out?
Longer than that. It's been out since... Oh, no, actually, I lie. End of 24.
This thing here, yeah? 302 million market cap.
That's the jobby.
Okay, what is this? Explain, please.
It is another, like, ARC type thing.
Welcome to Wobbly Worlds.
Yeah. It's not quite a meme coin.
Okay.
Baby AGI. Well, this has changed a little bit from what I remember. From when I saw it the first time, it was like a framework similar to...
The X account has been suspended.
Oh, yikes.
Oh.
And you know what? That was how they killed AI 16Z, you know? Let's see if they've got another one. No, they've got another one. Yeah, Pippin loves you.
You can buy merch already if you want an organic cotton kids t-shirt.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And then as we're on the subject of commodities as well today, I would like to choose... What have we got? Gold, silver, copper, palladium, platinum, nat gas. Oh. Do we go for a little cheeky 1 week short? Let's go against the total shithousery that's going on in metals at the minute.
No.
Yes. No, let's do a copper. Let's just do copper. Well, we didn't discuss that, but anywho.
No, we'll do it next week.
Yeah.
Solana?
Solana?
Yeah, can we do Solana?
I think we've got enough.
Oh,
Bitcoin,
yes, we
ETH.
have.
Unless you want to swap ETH out.
Yeah, let's swap ETH out for Solana.
Goodbye.
How many do you do a
Down
week?
with ETH.
How many trades do you do?
5. Well, we
do
do 5 predictions and 2 trades.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you will pick a trade out of these 5 assets for us to take.
Yeah.
So first of all, predictions. So looking at this chart, guys, where do you think Bitcoin will be Monday next week?
Oh, what do you reckon? Bearish retest? That's what the Financial Navigator is going to go for.
We've broken the diagonal, so you could get rid of that to say it's useless. Technically, I do believe you could class this as a bear flag, so you'd be looking for a break of that. Obviously, that's going to be nasty. But if we do break, I'll be more excited, more happy actually, because then I get cheaper prices.
I've already got a Bitcoin short on.
Cheeky. I reckon I'm going to go for a bounce. So I'm going to say we get some more chop. If metals continue to perform, I just don't think we break out of this range until metals have topped. And I think they've got a bit longer left. So I'm just going to play the range. And can I say 93?
Yes, you can.
Rikki, what do you think? What are you thinking?
I definitely think it's coming up, given that support line you just drew. If I'm saying that right. Where are we at now? What is it? 88?
88.2.
Saying 90, 92?
Okay. 92. And Crypto C?
84.
84.
84.
Why you got to be a bear?
Negative
Bears are in,
90.
mate. Bears are in.
84, yeah?
84, yeah.
Boo. Solana? Christ. Yeah, look at this. Oh, this is nasty, by the way. Look, we break this. Boy, we're going back to 78. That is a really nasty gap here as well. Like if you break that 70, call it 60 to 75 as well, you're looking at potentially 30.
That gap's beautiful on the way up, though.
Yeah, it's beautiful on the way up, but it's going to be awful on the way down.
All right, go on then, boys. What do you reckon?
I'm going to maintain my bias of range holding. And I'm going to say a run back to, can I say 140?
Yeah.
I'm going to say 140.
Rikki, what do you reckon, mate?
I'm going to go 110.
Yes. Now you're
110? What you got to be a bear for? What's going on?
No, they can't all go up, mate. They can't all go up. Not together.
I'm gonna say 105.
You're saying 105. You reckon we actually break this? Actually, no,
I
that's probably it's around the same, isn't it?
I'm just
saying
going for the
10.
extra point.
That's nasty, that. Oh, I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Rikki, as well, but Tau breaks
Not looking good.
170. You tell me how far it goes.
If it breaks 170, what, to the downside? It's not going to do that this week.
I'm just saying in general. Like, if we lose this box, this green box, give or take, call it 180, there's no support. So just from like because that's not really useful information, but if this was me, like if this was my bag and we had major support like this that we don't know it's going to hold, I'd be inclined, and this is me wanting to preserve capital here, I'd be inclined to liquidate the position and wait for it to prove to me that it can hold support. If you're not sure and you can't sit through maybe the position sizing of an asset that you've got, and this is anyone out there with regards to any asset, it's best to liquidate and you stress yourself out silly the lower we go than you, because what will happen is if this drifts to 180, I guarantee every 10, 15 times a day, oh shit, where's Tau? So quick, oh shit, still there. And then you'll be doing that for weeks and it's just not worth the aggro. Like, so you're best off just liquidating, let it do its thing. If it breaks, you've got out, it's fine. And then again, if we were to break from a technical point of view, i.e. kind of like this false breakout we had here, if we're to get back above this again, you can then think, okay, well, I've got a breakout here. We've got a retest. I want to play this. We get back in on the retest, and then you look for further upside. If you get back in again, liquidate because you're still in that silly range. So just from a technical point of view, just watch out on that one. Tau, what do we think for next week, guys? Where will it be? I'm going to remain bullish. I'm going to say 270.
I'm going to go
Cool.
250.
Why is that so big? 250. Yeah, the balls are back.
Bulls are much more fun, aren't they? I might have this one as my.
We're going to take one bullish bias, are you?
Yeah, I always do one, don't I?
Yeah, that's you can't do that. That's not on, really. You've been bearish every other one.
Yeah, but you need one, so that way you get one right. I'm going to go, if we do get your recovery, that you are.
It's range bound, really. It's not really a recovery. It's just range bound because you will just be chopping between the support and 215 and 300 because all you're doing is this effectively, aren't you?
Can I say 210?
Yeah. Yeah. And finally, the last crypto, Pippin. I mean, I'm just going to go outlandish. Another crack at 70 cents. You don't really want to lose where we are.
Interestingly enough, I've just tried to look at Pippin GitHub, and it hasn't been updated in 2 years.
What?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're looking at the right one?
I'm looking at the one that they've linked on their website.
Why is their token going funny? Let's have a little look.
They don't have any particular nothing new's going on GitHub.
The best place to look is X. So for anyone that can see what I'm doing, just type in the $, then the ticker. Usually, it gives you what's been going on. Pippin is the most sold token by smart money in the last 24 hours. Well, that's not good. Coming back into the downtrend, usually that's a sign of wants to go lower. Hope is back for Pippin, and the chart is starting to show it. Pippin has been stuck in a tight range. After Pippin, next 10x meme coin is Swarms. Do you remember we were talking about that?
Yeah.
We discussed Swarms. Have no idea. I mean, the smart money thing's not good. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, I don't. It depends how do they decide. I'm looking.
It's probably wallets of 10k plus or something. That's usually the metric.
They're still holding ARC. They're holding Useless with PopCap, Pengu.
Any thoughts, Rikki, where this might go? I mean, it's a total
50 cents
at the board. Yeah, it's a total guesswork, this one. So what's your verdict, Carl? Are you remaining bearish even on the one you chose?
Yeah.
Nice.
15 cents?
Consistency.
Because I'm looking at Pippin, and you know these scoundrels, Wintermute, they hold it. All they ever do is buy stuff, pump the price, and then dump it on retail's heads. And it looks like they've got a bunch of it.
What do you reckon then?
20.
Oh, I put a line at 15 thinking you were going to say that.
15 would have been harsh in 1 week.
And then finally, copper. What do we think? I'm going to say we have a stab at 640. Allowed? 7%? That's not... Let's call it 650.
I was going to say 650. That's over 10%.
Yeah, 10%. Why not?
Silver done 10% in a day. I'm going to say 660.
660?
Come on, let's go.
Copper balls.
Where
are you going, Rikki?
Where are you at, Alex? Are you at 640?
650.
I'm going to go 640.
Oh. 640, 650, 660. Look at us.
I think we get metal madness over this next week, you know.
Yeah, this is like there's going to be I call it now, there's something stupid Peter Schiff's going to do. I'm calling it now. He's going to do something retarded that will end up marking the top, or it'll be like him on the front of The Economist or something, like with his new gold car or like a front door or something stupid. Over to you, Crypto C, to put the trades on. We just need to choose which ones we want. You've got to choose one, Rikki, as a guest. I hate to say it. So I don't know which one of the 5 assets takes your fancy.
What we got? What we choosing from?
We've got Bitcoin. You went long from current price. Solana. You went short from current price. Tau, long from current price. You also went long Pippin, but that won't be on Hyperliquid, I don't think. But copper as well was also a long.
By the way, silver has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 highest open interest from Hyperliquid.
I'm not surprised, mate. Have you seen the thing? Crypto's not moving. Silver's up 10%.
Silver's there. People are slightly short, and copper is up real high as well. And then gold.
Yeah, boy. I'm participating in that copper, even though I'm down currently. Get in there.
What did I say for Solana?
You said Solana long, short from current price down to 110.
Do you want to put that on as your trade?
Yeah, why not?
Risking it for a chocolate biscuit.
Let's put that to isolated.
Solana short. So where do you
What
want
one
your
gets
stop
more
loss,
credit?
Ricky?
If I'm right, yeah, what one gets more credit? Would you say a trade or a prediction? I'll just hedge against Solana.
Trade, definitely.
Trade, definitely. Yeah,
Trade,
trade.
definitely.
Nah. Yeah, go on, stick the Solana one on.
So Solana short.
So we'll do the take profit at 110
Yeah.
and the stop loss.
Any idea where you want your stop loss, Ricky? I'm looking at around the 132.
I was going to say 135. Is that too high?
Yeah. No. That gives you wiggle room. I like it.
Okay. I'm chucking that in. 3x market.
Carl, seeing as there's not much else we agree on, I think it's only right that we do the copper long.
Copper long all day.
Yep. Metals for life, baby.
All day. All day. You ain't got to ask me twice.
We need to call this. What can we call us now? Let's get rid of this crypto waffle and like metals waffle.
Right. Take profit. No, let's do our thing first. Stop loss.
A stop loss for copper. I think we do fresh local lows. So I think we've got to be wiped out around 560.
Take profit.
Should we go in between our targets at 655?
Yeah.
Oh crap! I nearly forgot. Where's my trading journal? Where's that gone?
Yeah.
Where's that? I've lost it.
You may have to fill it in your own time.
I think I'll have to. Christ, I've only had it about 3 weeks.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this.
Look at that. So just to recap, we've got a Solana short with a copper long, right?
Yep.
Love it. And then I'm going to quickly see if we can get into our poly market. Oh, what's going on? What's going on then? Where's my plane? I think it's been delayed.
I'm gonna stop sharing. Have you seen the US government's going to shut down?
Really?
Yep.
Why? Why have they said this? What's going on?
Because they're broke, baby.
Well, that means another liquidity drain. Great, lovely. Just what we want.
81%. Yeah. 81% chance. It shot up yesterday. Up yesterday from 9% up to 81%. Actually, let me just share.
What's that on Polymarket?
Well, that's not going to help, is it?
Yeah. So Polymarket basically tells people the future.
Nice.
Before it happens. So
I've got mine working, by the way.
UK government shutdown, 25th. It was always low.
UK?
Sorry, US government shutdown.
Right.
It's gone down. So yesterday it was as low as 9%, and then kaboom, up to 80%.
Did we buy some? No, we didn't buy any of this, did we?
I think we looked at it. I don't know if we bought it or not. You can tell me.
Well, we've got a winner, by the way. We've got something to claim. Oh, and you know what it is as well. No. It was gold to 5K, baby.
Yes.
The precious metals.
Easy money. Easy money.
32%. Right. Claim that.
Easy money.
Lovely stuff. Our current positions. Oh, look at England taking a little 10% gain to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
Is this all based on time frames?
Yeah.
Some of them.
And some of them are hedges. So we've done well in like some predictions. So we've hedged the other way just to cover our ass, effectively. Like one from last week was this: which party will win the House in 26 of the midterm elections? And because Trump's Republican and their rating at the moment is so shit, as you can see via this, obviously we said that last week that usually, and he's talked about giving stimulus checks and whatnot, so he's going to buy votes. So this should naturally look to turn, and we're not looking to win it. We're just looking to take a 20, 30, 50% gain on the bet we've made.
Okay.
To then just take it out again.
If I'm honest, I also think that these things are always a little bit slanted in favour of the left. So if they're saying that a big chance that the left will win, it's probably about 50-50. And if they're saying it's 50-50, it's probably the right is probably more popular. So I think that for some reason these politics things on Polymarket are always quite wrong. And they were wrong in the last election anyway, quite badly wrong.
Oh, look, there's a silver one here. What's this? Will silver hit by the end of January? 110. That's already happened. 150. We got about 4 days left.
It done 11% in a day today.
That's crazy.
Just needs to do that for another 2 days.
Well, 120 seems pretty certain.
Do you reckon it will touch 120? What's it at now?
It touched 118, I think, today. Just backed off a bit though. We always do a football one, so we're going to have to do tonight's Everton Leeds game, by the way. So Rikki, thoughts? Everton Leeds, what do you think?
Everton. What score lines? What, just a win?
You could do both teams to score. Or win or lose, draw.
Everton to clean up.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Everton as well.
Everton at home, yeah.
A triumphant return for Iliman Ndiaye off his African Cup of Nations win.
Lovely stuff.
Down with Everton.
Cheeky $1.50.
Yeah, let's go.
Lovely stuff. Right, we're on. Right, anything taking your fancy in the trending? It could be anything, Rikki, by the way. So have a little look.
That's a good one. Men's Australian Open winner. Yannick Sinner or Carlos Alcaraz?
The Carlos Alcaraz won a lot last year.
Like, can anybody stop that man?
The only one that could be Yannick Sinner.
And that must be his surface.
Don't know. I don't know. I haven't been watching the tennis. I normally watch it after Wimbledon for a bit and then go off it again.
Yeah. So much better in the summer.
Yeah. Who will trump me? US strikes Somalia. Presidential election winner. UEFA Champions League winner.
What were the chances of US striking Somalia?
No, it's just a yes or no. It's 100% yes. Apparently, it's already happened.
I was just about to say that sounds like easy money.
It's already happened. Can't do anything, I'm afraid. Let's click on. We've done sports. Anything on crypto? Bitcoin, Solana. No. Finance, AI, bubble burst. Silver, Fed chair, largest company. What will gold hit?
By the end of January, it's too short, isn't it?
Silver by the end of June. Oh, 210. What?
Is that what they're saying it'll be in June?
They reckon there's a 47% chance that it hits 210 by June.
No,
that's crazy.
No, there's no volume there. There's no volume there. That one's not a real one. You see how the prices are all messed up?
Do you know what? I'm looking at like $70 here.
What, you think it'll be back down all the way down there?
Yeah. I reckon
Oh,
that's the
yeah.
play here. I reckon $70 is a shout.
I'd say 90.
Yeah, so
I'm going 90. Not that far back.
Isn't
90's not on there.
Yeah, there's no option.
There's no 90. There's
100.
110.
What about 100?
You got
No,
60.
you
You got 60, 65, 70, 110.
Yeah, so you have to either go. It goes all the way down there, or
Yeah, that's mad.
It's probably because it's been coming up all the way up. Yeah, you have to play downside here.
Yeah, I'm going 70.
70 is wild low.
Yeah,
though.
it is wild though. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but it's got to
there's
come
money
back
to be
down.
made. And we haven't even got it to hit 70 though. It just has a 20% blip. And then you're in the money by 15, 20%, aren't you?
I don't think it goes down that low.
Because what we're looking at is a pullback. Like it's gonna have a pullback at some point. It's just, does it happen between now and that's a nasty candle, by the way. That is called a spinning top. Would not surprise me if that's the top. I'm gonna put it out there now. I'm putting my balls on the line.
An exclusive.
Top. Silver has reached home for a while.
117.
I reckon that could be the top. You know what? I'm putting a silver short on after this. I am going to put a silver short on. I'm going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit. I reckon we play this 170. Why has it logged me out again? What is this? Don't do this. We'll do a buck 50.
Yeah.
We want. Oh yes. Buck 50. Buy. Continue. Right. Let's have a look at this. So we did silver and we did Everton. Do we want to look at anything else, or are we happy with those?
I'm happy.
I'm happy. Right.
Yeah, I'm good, Prince. I'm good.
That wraps up 63, gents. Any last words? Rikki, do you want to give us a quick blog off the top of your head, if you can come up with one? Sorry to put you on the spot. But they are spectacular.
What did I do the other day?
I do recommend people go over to Rikki's Instagram and other socials.
Oh, I'm hoping I'm getting behind the camera
everything
this year, man. I'm getting behind the camera very soon. I'm just going to start reeling them off.
Good man.
I think my one that I read the other day is, who was it? I watched a video and this guy was basically saying, everyone's saying they've got no money, but when he goes to the airports, everyone's going on holiday. I think my thought was, I don't think people don't have money, but I think their baseline is very skewed in terms of everyone now is either getting takeaways every week, buying clothes online every month, car on finance, 4 holidays a year, and they see that as their baseline. So when money does get tight and you have to pull back off some of these, it feels like a punishment. And that's where I think people are getting misconstrued of, no, that's our normal life now. So if you're taking away from that, that's affecting me directly. Therefore, I'm going to moan that I ain't got no money. Where in actual fact, I think we're overindulging. And yeah, if you just look at your grandparents or parents, they worked, they saved up, and then they bought. Nowadays, we're buying and asking questions later and going, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen, when I think you did. I don't know. Yeah, that's my latest
people
one.
People are angry that they can't go to Spain 2 times a year anymore.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah,
absolutely love that.
That's great. Do you want to just share quickly, Rikki, with the ladies and gentlemen, your socials, where people can find you?
Poor Man.Rich Mind. That's come up with that name just because at the time I felt poor. I still do feel poor, to be honest, with this crypto cycle. But yeah, you got to believe it. You got to think rich before you can be rich, I guess. Fake it till you make it. Yeah, that's where I am. Instagram, and yeah, that's where you'll find me.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Well, thank you for coming on. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your wisdom as always. Anyone needs discussions on houses, this man is your go-to. I will be talking to him myself in the next week or two if I can get some of his time. But we shall see you next week. So see you later, guys. Peace out.
Have a good one. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thank you for coming.